So yeah, so these are these are good opening moves.
Really? So
Yeah,
people open with like the knight sometimes?
yeah. So this is the one that I do um, sometimes, and that's called the ready. Yeah, it's not
It's like
G3,
with like
it's
the because
D3.
then the thing is like the something like this is yeah that's like that would be like the
Convention.
most common, right?
Yeah, conventional. Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
I'm gonna do this though because that's the thing I've seen a lot.
Okay. Yeah, man, I'm seeing rogue arrows again. So okay, I made him go away. Huh. Yeah. So
I
that's
should yeah I should watch like Ben Feingold talk about openings. That would probably be a really relevant video for me to watch.
yeah. Well, St. Louis Chess Club. Any of their lectures are good. They have a lot of them targeted towards like beginner to kind of club player.
Right.
I don't remember them having too many advanced videos, but I don't really look at those because I'm not a very advanced
Yeah.
player. So
Yeah. Well, this food I made was good. Holy shit! I got it for free from someone at work. Okay.
congratulations.
Um. So let's see. When we're at this point right now, this is what is it? 4 moves in. This is a total of 4 moves for
2 moves in.
2 moves.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you see the move list.
I do see at the top.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this
I
is
saw that.
yeah. So a move in chess. When they say moves, they mean like a move is the one player moves and the other player moves. So like white and then black. That's a move.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So what is? I remember last time we did this, we kept mirroring each other for a little bit longer after this, I believe. But since it's my move next, what I'm not seeing is what I'm thinking is it doesn't make sense to take yet, or
No,
is that
definitely
not
not.
the right thinking?
Because I'm defending. Yeah, typically you're not going to take anything in the first few moves. So like, so there's another rule. It's not as important as the other rules that I've given you, but it has another catchy slogan. It's a knight on the rim is grim. So like if you move your knight out here, then it can only go to these 4 squares. But if you have your knight over here, it can go to a lot more places.
Okay.
So
Knight on the rim is grim.
yeah, not
Okay.
all of these rules have catchy slogans. But yeah, the idea is, I mean, it's especially true for knights, like bishops that can move diagonally. Like a bishop here is good, or a bishop here is good. But yeah, knights and other pieces to a lesser extent, having them in the center is good,
Right.
or towards the center.
So, what about moving a bishop right now? Is that something that is a valid, not really valid, but is that a risky? Is it risky for me to move like my bishop somewhere right now?
So
I feel like it's still a little
so,
too early.
so another rule is, yeah, you generally develop your knights before bishops. And the thing is, like, what squares do you think are good for your bishop now? And you can draw arrows or like click on the squares if you want to also.
For my bishop,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe this one so that I could just so that I'm covering a pawn, you know.
Yeah, so your pawns are actually pretty safe when they're all the way back here.
Right.
Generally, I mean, sometimes you can hang a pawn. That is, I would say, the best square. So good job picking that one out. The thing is, if you like, this might make sense too, but like I could kick it away pretty quickly. And here, if you go here, well, this is just a sacrifice. But if you go here, I would probably just push a pawn, and then you'd have to move your bishop again.
I do want to focus on like moving my pawns correctly, or I like hang like the two things in my head are hanging pieces and making every pawn move makes sense instead of random, which is
Those are
not
really good.
necessarily
priorities.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not necessarily like random pawn moves, but like I want to focus on those things this game particularly because they're so out of sight still. Like I still don't know if I'm gonna move a pawn right now. First of all, which one? Okay. I just, as I was saying that in my head, this or this would not be a bad idea, right? Like either.
So this one I would probably, yeah, going there would be okay. But
Would it be
yeah.
better doing that than to say like putting something out over there, or is this not a bad idea? Is this over here not a bad idea either?
Yeah, so that's another thing. I think, yeah. So looking at your candidate moves, if we're just talking about pawns, I think, yeah. If you want to, there's a few things you can do. So I think these are both good candidates.
Mm-hmm.
My play style, I think I would prefer to e3.
Okay.
And what you can also do is, your bishops kind of. You could give it a little space, so you could do this and then maybe have this diagonal, but this might not be the greatest because this is kind of already blocked off with this pawn.
Yeah.
So candidate moves, okay. I think these make sense.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And the other night, I was gonna say that too. I was gonna mention that next. I'm like, okay, that's interesting because I was thinking in my head, well, if you do agree that one of those pawns to move is an okay idea, then I'm surely this knight would also not be a terrible idea. Mm-hmm. And now, as to why, I'm not sure, but at least I guess it would be because it's out there.
Yeah, just a developing move.
And then I guess like if it's out there, it could still cover that. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
In the first few moves, unless someone does something really crazy, there's typically not any tactics. You're just improving your pieces.
Yeah, right. Well, and so that's what I'm thinking is well, what does that mean? Obviously, and
yeah, are you familiar with the difference between tactics and strategy?
No.
Okay. So that's a good one because that's something that chess players and other players refer to a lot. So strategy. Okay, what's a good analogy? This might kind of work. Are you familiar with like StarCraft and those other kind of RTS games?
Yes.
Okay, so
I'm familiar. Yes.
So strategy is kind of like macro, and then tactics is more like micro.
Oh.
So strategy is like we're in an open position, so I think I'm going to prioritize my bishops and maybe try to take his knights. And the king looks out of position, so I'm going to be putting pressure over there.
Okay.
But a tactic would be like someone hung a piece, I'm going to take it. Like it's kind of more laser focused on a specific goal instead of like a more broad goal of taking space or pressure.
So and so what I'm getting at is I'm definitely like trying to glean as much of what my strategy would be, because I'm sure even against an unexperienced chess player or a beginner chess player like me, I'm sure I will get to this point after these two moves very, very, very frequently, right? And so that's why I'm like, okay, I realize now I need to actually start thinking of what direction I'm going, and as far as the strategy goes,
Yeah.
So and as far as I'm pretty sure I won't. But I'm like, I realize I'm asking these questions because I'm like, okay, now here's where it actually starts to get interesting, because depending on the playstyle of the other player, they could want to take a piece too early, and then that way, if that happens, I want to have my pieces set up to take advantage and then come out on top.
Yeah. Improve your position and capitalize on mistakes.
Right, but that's why it's weird to me that I was thinking you'd say no to this, because this piece over here is like the ideal defensive position is having.
So I didn't explicitly say no to it, but I didn't mention it as a good move. So this would not be a good move. Similarly,
I didn't think so.
Wouldn't be a good move either right now, because it's just kind of slow. It doesn't really do much.
It doesn't, because and me freeing up the bishop doesn't do anything for me either. So
Yeah. I mean, you mean the
sorry,
this
did I
book?
call? I called it a. Fuck me.
Yeah. For some reason, the impulse of a lot of beginner players is to like do this kind of stuff. Like, don't do that. That's too slow.
Yeah. But it's not a bishop. It's called a
rook.
Rook.
Yeah.
Okay. Jesus Christ. So I'm gonna do just defensive. Let's see. Yeah, I think the only thing I want to try that.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
And on my screen, these arrows should be gone, but they're not. So okay. So I need to figure out that arrow bug. I'll just have to refresh a few times. And if you see arrows that don't go away, you'll have to refresh too. So,
Okay.
Features like a day old, so I'll fix it soon enough. Okay, so yeah, so I think I'll just do another developing move too. Nothing fancy. I'll pull my net out. So you remembered a night on the rim is grim.
Yes, I did.
Okay. I'll play kind of typical of my play style, at least.
That was an aggressive move.
Yeah, it's definitely not passive. And I did kind of extend past my half the board too.
Right.
So.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's really. I don't know if it's the best move, but it does a few things for me. It helps. It develops, and then your queen is. This is pinned to your queen. So I think it's an interesting move. It's not a bad move, but I don't think it's the best one. Maybe this might have been more standard. So I'm kind of like a average club player in terms of rating. So my openings, I'm really only familiar with like 2 openings.
Yeah.
And then only a couple of lines within those. So beyond that, like I never. Well, I'm playing black, so. Typically, how do I even respond to d4? I don't see d4 that much. Yeah, so I don't really play like d4, d4, d5 much.
I see.
So,
even though it's like a super common one?
It is, yeah. I mean, my rationale there is I want to play a kind of games that my opponent is less familiar with. So I like the kind of crazy openings, like the Larson's opening.
Yeah.
So this move I can't refute right away, but this does weaken the square because you have 1 less defender. So I'm a little uncomfortable with that move, but I don't think it's terrible. I think that's okay. Okay, so you just hung that piece. Did you mean to go here?
Wait a minute. I just made it so you could take it. I don't know why.
Practice.
Yeah.
There it goes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So what are the candidate moves you're looking at, and why?
I moved this because I wanted to let the bishop go somewhere,
Okay.
but then I didn't remember that you could just take it. And then the worst part about that is if for some reason you did take the bishop, I can't take it back. So, but it is available to go out to here if for some reason your bishop is not there anymore. I'm not worried about if you take my knight. I'm not worried about the bishop taking the knight because then I could take the queen and go there. And then looking up here, I don't see anything that can go take my my queen after I took the knight.
Right.
But then now after you moved that, I decided that for me to do something next, I would think about the thing I was thinking about doing next is maybe moving my knight somewhere.
So remember your knight's pinned to your queen?
Yep. Okay. Right. That's what you mean by that. Okay.
Yeah, so this bishop's kind of annoying for you right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, when you kind of follow these opening principles, it really does narrow down the options to move. So like what kind of comes to mind right now is no unnecessary pawn moves, and don't move a piece twice if you don't have to. So I think we can leave these alone. So then the only
wait, did you click on something?
We can leave the knights alone. So then the only other kind of options, only other options are these. So these rooks can't do anything. This bishop can't do much. And this queen, if you move it away from this, I'll just take your knight. So
yeah.
And your king moving it doesn't really help either. So you pretty much only have like a bishop or a pawn move, I would say.
Right.
Yeah, and this doesn't do anything to help your situation over here.
I could move this here.
Yeah, you could. So that weakens your pawn structure around your king, because I don't know if you want to castle king side, but ideally you want these pawns to either be in this formation or this formation. Let me know if this is like too much information.
No, it's not.
Okay.
I could move the bishop. I could move this bishop here.
Yeah. So that's
then use that as a way of.
Yeah, bishop there and these pawns is a pretty common formation. Like it happens. Okay. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it on this side too.
Right.
I mean, it's probably not a good idea for this game because this diagonal's blocked off. But yeah, that's called a fianchetto.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna just do that. That way, I don't have to have the knight covering my. Well, yeah, it's still covering the queen. So
okay.
But so, I have a second option of taking in case you take the knight.
Right. Yeah, and then you can castle this move if you want to.
Which means that I would. Hold on, let me refresh. Which means that I would move it 2 spaces over.
Yeah, that's castling.
Okay.
Yeah, so castling makes sense now too. That's a good move.
Especially like with all of the pieces in the corner here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you replicated. Okay.
Okay. Makes sense. So I'm gonna just take some of your moves away by going here.
Take some of my moves away?
Yeah, so you can't move your knight there anymore, because I'll just take it.
Oh, right. Yeah. Do 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 do. Okay.
Okay. So I'm not seeing any tactics here just yet. Maybe I'll take some space. Or put my rook on a better square. I'll do that because maybe I can do something here. Since I have I would have 3 defenders on the square if I push this up.
To take is a mistake.
Generally.
Oh
yeah.
man. Oh man.
This game is already like an incredible improvement over the games we played last time. Like you look like a completely different player.
Good. Do. I want to see what happens here.
Well,
And because then, yeah, I mean, the reason why I'm not worried is if you wanted to take your bishop down here somewhere, I've got the rook.
yeah, I definitely wouldn't push my bishop further in there. That's too aggressive. I think this move is a little premature too, because what's your response if I push my pawn here?
I'll just move the knight again and take something.
Take what?
Take this.
Take a pawn for a knight?
Oh, would you just take with the king?
Yeah. Are you familiar with the point values, the approximate point values for pieces?
I'm not, but I didn't realize. I didn't think that you'd. Well, but then okay. Then your king would be moved up though, so that's interesting.
Yeah, but I could just move right back the next turn. It's pretty safe with these pawns here.
Yeah. There would only be 2 pawns left though.
Yeah, but it's still pretty early in the game, and I've got all these pieces around here.
Yeah. So, what about what would I do? What about where could this go? That's interesting. Everything there. Oh, I could just move it. Oh no, I can't. Wait. Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So this is covered. This entire line is covered by a pawn.
Yeah. I'm pretty happy with my pawn formation. Another kind of rule that you can use is when you don't really have an idea of what to do, you don't really kind of see any strategy, is to improve your worst piece.
What the fuck? Improve my worst piece?
Yeah. Your worst position piece. Just improve it.
Oh, I just saw something cool. I could force you to do something with that.
You could, if you want to.
Because I either take your bishop, or you take the pawn and then I just take it with my bishop.
Yeah, well, I definitely wouldn't take the pawn because that wouldn't be enough compensation for my bishop.
Right.
So then I would probably take this.
Force that, right? And then I could take it.
I might just go back
Right.
here.
Right. And I realized that you could do those things.
Mm-hmm.
But, okay, so, but before I do that, though, when you say my worst piece, are you thinking like things like that, like my bishop that's all the way back or something?
Yeah, your bishop's not in a good spot, and you can't really move it anywhere better this turn. But maybe you could do something to move it in a better spot later.
Like this?
Maybe, yeah.
No, well, that's nothing good as.
So that would open up the position. So we have.
Oh, you're right.
I have 2 attackers, and you would have 2 defenders.
Mm-hmm.
So that could make sense. Like that could make sense. And then also this rook is pretty out of the game right now too. So these
because it can't do anything
are your worst pieces right now.
Can this go over? Oh, it can't. No,
no,
okay.
You can't jump over your own pieces.
I didn't think so.
This one's all right because it's helping. It's protecting your king, and you can pretty easily move it out when you want to later. So yeah, these are your bad pieces.
Those 2 in the back?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, refreshing them. Oh, did you still have the circles on them?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
We'll make them go.
Fuck. Okay, well, that's interesting. So I'd probably, I don't even that to there seems like a waste of a move. But
yeah, that's not, like I said, it's the middle is a little congested with these pawns here. So your bishop wouldn't really have much control.
How many players do you think would just go ahead and, well, okay. I'm thinking about, I also want to see what happens when I do that, but
Yeah.
But this also seems like this will force a trading of pieces,
Yeah, well, I guess I would have to take or move one of these pieces because if I don't do anything and you put your pawn here, then you're forking these. So beginner players miss pawn, and myself included, miss pawn forks a lot.
Yeah. I'm doing that one.
Okay, and it's not terrible.
I want to see it.
Not terrible.
I want to see it.
It does weaken your pawn structure around your king, which you only want to do if you have to.
Right.
But
pawn structure, smon structure. Oh man. Okay. And now I can't move that bishop down there either. Just you doing that made it harder for me to. Sucks. It sucks. So what I'm looking at is what happens if I take there, then you can take with that.
Well, if you go here, I have a better move than taking your knight back, don't I?
You would take that.
Yeah.
So if I take that, then you could take with the pawn, and then I lose a queen. That would suck.
That would.
Ass. Fuck. Oops. What the hell? There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. Shoot. Oh. I have to move my queen. And everything here sucks for moving my queen.
Well, yeah. So I'm covering all these squares. So
Yeah, and everything here sucks.
yeah, so you can't defend it, so you have to move it away.
So I have to move it downwards. Right. So let me do that.
Okay. Some idea here for later is when I move this pawn, I'll have 2 attackers over here. And this wouldn't be a problem if this pawn was back here still. So. And this also for me, like, it puts pressure here, but it also allows me to double my rooks. So rook doubling is kind of the when you complete your development of your pieces, and that's when your rooks can see each other. So that's what they mean when they say well, no, actually, no, I'm wrong. I think doubling your rooks is when you get them on the same file.
Okay.
But my rooks are open. Oh man, now I feel like I'm mixing that up. I'll look that up really quick. Yeah, doubling your rooks is when you put them on the same file. Oh, my rooks are connected. That's what I was trying to think of. They're connected.
Okay.
Okay, I think kind of like I said before, I'll just kick your knight back with this.
Okay. Okay. Well, shoot.
So this, I think, should be a pretty quick calculation. What are the candidate moves you're looking at?
Well, I'm trying to find a way to not have to move this back. And by that I mean like sacrificing. But I'm trying to find a good sacrifice, you know. Not seeing one. Because
Yeah, so generally if you want to sacrifice, you need some, well, you always need some other pieces to back it up. So out of like all of the squares around my king, none of your other pieces are attacking. So that kind of rules out any sacrifices. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you know, this bishop is only attacking this square, and you're only attacking these squares.
yeah.
So my king is really safe right now. Okay, yeah, that was the move to play there. So I think I'm going to do this. So there's kind of a tactic right now where I have 2 attackers here, and you only have 1 defender. So I'll probably take this pawn next turn.
Fuck. How did that happen? God damn it. God damn it. Oh,
yeah.
no.
What is that a tactic? Yeah, that was a tactic since I kicked your queen away. So move 11.
See, the other thing that's bothering me is that these are blocking a lot of shit. My knights. Especially this one.
Yeah, I've
So.
taken I guess a lot of space. Because remember with this move here, I took this knight move away. And your knight's not very useful over here or here. So your pieces are pretty cramped right now, which is tricky. So I think one of the next times we play, it'll be pretty useful for me to have it where you can set up positions, so we can like go over some in games, maybe some simpler positions. Because when you're learning chess, it's kind of often taught where they go over the end game first, because that's when you kind of get some pattern recognition and some basic mates, and then you go over to the mid game, and then you study the opening last.
Really?
Yeah.
The fuck? That's weird.
Yeah.
Actually, I had no idea.
I think the idea is, it's increasing complexity.
Uh-huh.
Although I guess a lot of mid games are more complex. So there is one move to defend this. I haven't calculated yet if it's a good move, but do you see how you could get another defender on this?
No
square?
idea.
You do you?
No idea. No, I have no idea.
Okay. Well, looking at all your pieces.
This?
Yeah. So
this?
that's the only way you can defend that square.
I actually really like that. That's the move I was looking for.
Yeah.
And I saw it as you were mentioning it.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, the only thing is it kind of chokes off your rook, but then you don't lose your piece right now. So
I'm going to do that because I wanted to get this. I wanted to see what happens when we do that.
Okay. So if I could get more pressure on this, that would be good for me. So doing this might be a little premature because you can just defend with the queen. Maybe I can just open this up a little bit. I think that's what I'll do. By the way, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not going easy on you at all.
Actually, I had no idea. I mean, I almost prefer that. Yeah. I don't want you to make. It doesn't make sense for you to make a dumb move.
Right. Play a realistic game.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So, like, I'm not trying to be like, oh, within my first 10 games I have to win. That doesn't make any sense. Like I'm gonna continue learning until I can evaluate better than I did 10 games prior, and then eventually, like I'll remember rules, then I'll remember strategies, and then I'll start to be able to see tactics.
Yeah.
And that's where if I could do that better than you, or somehow catch up in experience, and that may happen, or then it could happen.
Yeah. Pattern recognition is a big part, and you can really only get that with practice.
Mm-hmm. You move your...
Yeah, so I move my rook over here, and my intention, as I was saying earlier, is going to be to open this up and then put more pressure with my queen and rook and knight and bishop on this square. And all my pieces are pretty safe because I'm happy. I've got like a solid pawn structure. And this rook, or you got me mixing these up. This bishop can retreat to here if it needs to. Yeah, my pieces are pretty safe right now. Okay. That one is. So if I go here, then you would take right away. It's a little tricky. So this is kind of a tactic here that you fell for, and we can, I guess, look at this really quick. I think you're losing material here, so I'm attacking your rook.
While that might be true, I was still okay with it because that way it advances the game. Because I thought we were gonna get like 2 games in, but not if I'm not playing so terribly that the game isn't over already. You know. So I figured.
Okay.
But like I said, I knew that there was gonna be a trade of materials here, which I'm fine with because I just want to see how it goes out. I just want to see how it plays out. You know. So.
Yeah,
so you do that.
Under attack by my bishop.
Exactly. And I just wanted to see what it'll look like after all that happens. So I knew I was assuming you were going to do that, so I'm going to do.
So you can take with your knight instead.
All right, hold on. There we go. Okay, and I had forgotten about that. So that way, if I don't lose, I don't lose a queen to your bishop. So let's do that, and then I'll lose that, and then I will lose, or then you'll lose that, which I'm fine with. I'm just happy I saw my queen. Okay, so then I didn't see that coming after the fact.
Right. Yeah. So it's kind of tricky because that was a few moves in advance, but now.
Right. That was one more move in advance than I saw.
Yeah. Now I'm up a pawn, which isn't huge, but is often enough to win a game eventually.
What? Say that again?
I said I'm up 1 pawn, which is not like a huge advantage normally, but can often be enough to win a game if you trade evenly and get to a good end game.
Yeah.
So now I think my strategy will be to do even trades and simplify.
I was looking at what happens when you trade here, and you would take my knight, or you would take with the queen, which you probably wouldn't do. Well, you could
because you have the bishop defending.
Right. I didn't even see that I had the bishop. Okay,
yeah.
So if I did do
with
that,
my pawn because that's a cheaper piece. So let's find
yeah.
a piece.
Yeah, and that's still a pawn for a knight is still not good. There's not a lot to do. I guess I could advance. Well, okay. I actually just saw something interesting. I could move that, and then I would attack your pawn, and then I could lose a pawn to your queen. Okay, I want to. That's interesting.
Okay.
I feel like that's interesting.
That's not terrible because it's an even trade. But after we do this, then your pawn structure. Yeah, I guess you would take back with whatever not your queen, but.
Yeah, I didn't even see the other 2 things. I was just looking at the one.
Yeah.
Okay, so that could help though because then. If I take that, what are you going to do? You could take my pawn with your queen, and that might get interesting. But if you don't take, my bishop here, wait, would you be able to take my bishop? Yeah, I think it's getting harder to see anything past 1.
Yeah, the computation will be really It's going to get easier over time, but yeah, it's pretty hard
Right.
at first. So yeah, so if you go, I'll help you out a little bit. So say if you take, it doesn't change if you, well, you end up with a different piece there in the end. So if you take with a bishop first, then I would take with my knight because
Oh.
I'm looking
Fuck,
to
I didn't see
just
the knight.
simplify.
Yeah.
Or I could take with this first, but I think I might just keep it simple and take that.
Right.
And then, right, so you could take back with your knight or queen, but it's
Oh,
it's
I
so
didn't
it's
even see that. God damn. Yeah.
so it's so I'm
Okay.
you would just be kind of having that be like a even pawn trade, and after all of
Yeah.
that, I would still be up 1 point.
Well, what about if I landed? What if I took the knight, you took with the knight, and then I took with because I would still want to I still want to have a bishop. So
Yeah, so if you take with the knight, you'll end up with a bishop here in the end,
which
assuming
is
I
what I
take.
want. Yeah.
And if you take with the bishop, yeah, you'll lose
I
your
think
bishop.
I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to do that.
Okay.
Then it's starting to get interesting. Okay, so if I take
or you could, if you want, you could take with your queen too.
right.
Either way.
As far as defense goes, it's got a lot of versatility being here, especially covering, not even having to use a rook. It's if you moved this at all anywhere here, I'm taking it with the queen. Did you see those arrows before I put them down, or
I see
do
those
I have to
arrows
put
now.
them down? Okay,
Yeah.
right. I was.
Oh
before
yeah,
I put them
you can
down
see
on the square.
you can see the arrows as they're being.
Oh
dragged around.
right. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay. Yeah. So this is where, like you said, simplify, I guess, is what it's called. Oh, this
Yeah.
is crazy. Like,
Which is
and
good
I
for me.
still have. Yeah. So I still have one bishop. You still have one bishop. Okay. Yeah. As far as the resource count, I'm kind of happy with this. I'm happy with how far this game has gone.
Yeah. No. This has been this game has been much better. So, also one thing, if you take with a bishop, then this is hanging. But if you
it's
take
not
with a
defended.
queen, then this is not hanging. So
Oh.
that's some
Right.
food for thought.
And well, see, you know what's funny? It was stupid. I'm like, okay, how do I? I was like, how do I defend this pawn? And I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just move this. And I'm like, oh wait, I could just do 2 and 1 by doing what you just said. So, so let's. I mean, it seems like it would just be the best thing to do. Oh, wait a minute. You're right. Well, I could still defend those with the rooks, though.
So yeah, my bishop. I don't imagine it going here anytime soon. Because I wouldn't really have anything protecting it.
Yeah.
So I imagine, at some point I'm just gonna pull my bishop back somewhere. To
fighting with queens, man. I kind of want to see it. So yeah, let's. All right, let's just do that.
Okay, cool. So then there's pressure there.
I didn't see what you were. Yeah, I have not at all looked ahead to see what you would do next. So this should be interesting.
So I guess candidate moves for me. I'm looking at these. I don't like this. I don't like this move because it's. I want to speed things up, so I think these make sense. Or even this, I guess. I would like to put my rook and queen on the same file, but then you would just take this, probably. So wait, no, this is not a good move. This is not a good move. So okay, yeah. So if I go here, what would your
pawn?
What would your move be?
Whoops, my pawn. Whoops. Wait. Yeah, my pawn. I would take your pawn with my pawn. Oh. Oh, yeah, yeah, I see.
Yeah, I mean that's okay. I
Uh,
mean, I guess I would take that back.
Well, so if you went there, then what could I do? Could
Yeah,
I
I
do?
guess it. I mean, I'm even. I guess I'm even having trouble calculating that too. Um, I guess we could.
And it sucks. It doesn't suck, but it does kind of. It's like some of my moves have been my decision, but a lot of the fucking critical ones have been yours. So,
Well, but
like,
you've understood the reasoning behind them, right?
yeah, 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 of course, yeah.
So there
Yeah,
you go.
it's just there's still more than I would like, still more times than not, like times or instances where I didn't see all of the repercussions.
Well, that'll get better over time.
Yeah, 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 I know, I know. Oh fuck.
What?
Oh, I was freaking myself out. The little arrow button
Oh,
under the
you hit
undo
back
button.
instead of undo.
Oh yeah. I was hitting the back button and I was freaking out because I'm like, what is going on? And I clicked it some more. Oh my god, it just scared the fuck out of me. Okay. Man, that was bad. Okay.
Yeah, I try to make it obvious that it was that you're looking at like past moves. Um,
Right.
I
Okay.
think that's kind of a common pattern, but like, yeah, it still might be confusing. Like, if you click on it and then like look at something else and come back to it and forget like you're looking at a past position, um, it's not super obvious.
So, what I want to do is I want to move this here
Okay.
and it covers the pawn
Okay.
from getting taken.
Yeah, because I'm looking to probably do this soon, which yeah, that would add another defender here.
Right. I would be interesting is oh no, never mind. I was like, I'm gonna go there, and I'm like, oh wait. So.
Yeah, I think it might be time to finally get your rooks in the game.
The rooks, huh? Yeah, well, so yeah. I was trying to think ahead of that, but let's just do that for now.
Okay. Solid.
Okay. So I could take that. Oh, nope, I can't. And you wouldn't even have to move the queen either. You just take the pawn. So I could put that here,
I would probably
but
just move my rook over.
it'd probably get easy to get. Yeah, one move later it would get taken.
I wouldn't get taken. I would be defending my.
Yeah, you would be defending everything. So I probably should just move this here. And I'm gonna do that. Because at this point in the game I don't want you to be like, oh, you should do this. This is where it's like this is where I deserve to lose if I'm not making the right
Right,
decisions,
so you're gonna figure it
so
out, yeah.
speed chest, ready to go. No, I'm just kidding. 1 minute each turn. Holy shit. Oh wait, that's not even how it works.
No,
It's
yeah,
like
so,
a total.
Right, yeah, they call that bullet.
Yeah. Yeah, bullet. Yeah,
I need to make some changes so this server works well with bullet. But I think this will be really fun where you can see the cursors.
Yeah.
In bullet. So I was going to do this because
Jesus.
actually a queen is less valuable than 2 rooks generally, and having the like you having a queen and me having my 2 rooks might be an interesting end game.
I see.
But now that you moved your bishop over here defending this, I can't do that anymore. So
all right.
Maybe I'll just. I think I'm gonna get my bishop in a better position because I don't see any tactics right now.
Oh, jeez.
Safer position. Not
Oh,
necessarily
jeez.
better.
Yeah, I wonder what is. That looks interesting. getting my queen in a less.
So your queen's, I kind of like your queen. Like maybe I'll harass it, but it's. I guess it's also a little safer on light squares because remember I have the dark square bishop.
Right.
But
I'm thinking I'm looking at this right now. Because then
so what does that do?
I don't know if you had. What would you do? Oh yeah, no, I could take that.
And I'd just take it right back.
Yeah, God damn it! I keep forgetting the king can just do whatever the fuck he wants. It could is the king basically is it just one?
Yeah, the king
it's
can
just
move
one space. It's one space each way, right?
One square
like that?
in any
Yeah.
direction. Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
So remember, this rook isn't really. I'd say that's your worst piece right now.
Yeah, true.
Or, well, that's not really a piece. We don't call pawns pieces.
Right, but what happens if I did that? You can do this, and then I would do that, and then you would do that. Good. Oh, but then if you took my queen, then I could take your queen with that, and then you would take it with this. Which would put me down a queen and a rook, so that's not good. That wouldn't be good. Can this? I have to undo all these.
Mm-hmm. You can just click somewhere else and it undoes them.
Oh shit! Okay, hold on. Cancel. No, I accidentally moved my queen. See, it thought my queen. Okay, it wanted me to move my. I don't know what you said. To click somewhere else, so I did that, and then.
Yeah, we'll click somewhere you can't move the queen.
Got it. Okay. I thought I tried that before, but I'll try it again.
Okay. Well, yeah, maybe there's still some bugs with the arrows. Like obviously they're still staying around somehow.
Yeah.
And I'll fix that.
Can this go? Oh, I was gonna say. I was like, look. I was like, look at this pawn over here.
Yeah, so that would be losing a pawn right away.
Oh.
Because there would be 2 pawns. Yeah, you would lose both these pawns, and I would just lose my one because I have this queen that can still attack the last one.
Well, I could. I want to do this.
Okay. Putting on a little bit of pressure.
As Feingold would say, "Roar!"
Right. So I think I'll offer queen trade, which would be good for me.
Offer?
Yeah.
What? Wait, does this mean I don't have to take it?
No, you don't. So you don't have to.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
That's such a weird thing.
I mean, beginners are very eager to take queen trades.
Right. Yeah. So, because this means if I don't take your queen, you're taking my queen.
Yeah, and if you're not defending this bishop, I'll take that too. So either we trade queens, or you defend your bishop with your queen.
Wait, say it again. If I'm not defending my bishop. Oh, the bishop.
So yeah, so your bishop's hanging.
Yeah.
And so is your queen. So okay. I would like to take one of them. And if you leave your bishop hanging, I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
Because you don't have any other immediate threats that you can make.
Right. That was not a good move, but that is okay because Okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay. This is what we're going to do. I gotta decide which one I want to lose. So I think I wanted to like bring your king out a space, but
Well,
I
you could
think
also defend the bishop with the queen if you want,
defend the bishop with the queen.
because
Oh,
that's an option still. That might be worth calculating.
defend the bishop. Oh, I didn't see it, and then I could take the queen. Whoa, you know what? That advances the game farther. I would have lost a lot uh, sooner if I hadn't have thought of that. You're saying bring this here?
Um, so if you put the queen there, I'd take it. But you can also defend the bishop with moving the queen to another square. Do you see which square?
Oh, over here?
Well,
Wait,
that's attacked by this bishop.
wait. Okay.
So you have two squares actually. So I'm attacking all of these. So there's two more
Oh,
squares.
Jesus.
There's two more squares that you
Jesus.
can move to defend the bishop. With your queens from here. Do you see the two squares?
No, not at all.
So you got these, right?
How does that defend the bishop? Are you talking about defending that?
With the queen, yeah. So if the
Oh,
queen is here or here, it still defends the bishop.
oh God, that's just too much for my brain. Okay, yeah, this is like,
Yeah, end games are tricky. They can get really tricky.
oh, I'm a dumb. Okay, so I don't even have, like you said, I don't have to take this, which means I also don't have to lose anything either. Because then I just, oh, wow. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that makes way more sense. I just defend. Okay. All right. Yeah, that makes way more sense. So, okay.
So I like this because it's more pressure on this pawn. And it frees some space up for me. Or yeah, I'll do that.
Wait, if you move your queen, I could just take it with the king, right?
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, that's a good idea too. Like if I had like a bishop or something here, or maybe a rook over here, this would be a mate threat. But right now, yeah, your
It's not.
king can just take it.
Okay. Okay.
There's cat hair everywhere.
Wait. Yeah, that's okay. Just fuck it. That's what. Yep, I did it.
Oh, did you want to undo?
No.
Okay.
No. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. So this is a little awkward because my queen is behind this now. But I'm putting you in check, so
Yeah.
I can. So I think you had that as an option too.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So like looking at this, you want to kind of consider all of the moves that you have, and go from there. So these are all of the moves that you can see that you can make.
Yeah.
You can
This
roll
one
these out
is.
pretty quickly.
Yeah, that one's okay. Yeah, that one works.
Yeah, it really helps
Okay.
when you like this is what I've done kind of when I was starting out. And I guess I do it to an extent now too, is I like look and I see like literally what are any of the moves that I can make right now, and go from there.
Cool.
So let me just advance this pawn. Speed this game up. Take some space again.
All right.
We are 26 moves in, which is I think twice as long as any of the games last time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And yeah. And there's still moves to be made.
Yeah, but I don't see any ones that I like. So,
Yeah.
shoot. Well, let's see. What about this? What happens if I do that? I like that.
So
I'm gonna
that
do
falls.
that.
That actually falls for tactic here. So
What?
King's in check now.
Wait, that fell for that was Wait, where was the queen last time before this? Was it right
hit
here?
the back button and find out. So your queen was on E2. Whoops. Yeah, so you can even see the kind of corners.
It was there. I just didn't see that coming, basically, is what you're saying?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to be... Do you want to undo, or...
No. I do not. I just wanted to say... So I should have seen that... Okay. So you had that in mind, and I should have seen it, right? So let's go with... So yeah, move that down to...
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I will
Oh, you hit
move-
undo, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah. So then... Oh, what? I can't...
You have to...
I have to take... Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm going to run just for a second, but I'll be back really quick.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so now the rest of the tactic is to take.
Oh shit! Hold on. Wait. I see. What? I didn't. Why didn't?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I took your queen.
Okay. That's fine. It's fine. You're gonna take. Then you're gonna take with that.
Mhm.
Okay.
So now I'm 4 points up.
Oh.
Yeah.
4 points, huh? Okay. Well, shit.
So this is kind of where I think most players would resign, but like we should play it out.
Just imagine like a really funny moment where you're like, "Oh shit, I should have done that," and I'm like, "Nope, not gonna undo for you."
Nice. Yeah. So my rook's defending those squares.
I guess I would just advance a piece up like that, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm out of tips for you in this position.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet you are.
Okay, so now that this is closed off, I can.
What
take
the
your rook.
fuck? God damn it. Oh my god.
Because before, if I did that, you could.
What the fuck?
yeah.
God fucking damn it. Bunch
So,
of bullshit.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Fuck! I wanted to do something. I'm fucking done. God damn it.
All right, man. That was a really solid game. What? 36 moves. You lasted a long time.
Kind of, yeah.
No,
I
that's
probably wouldn't have.
That's a
You know.
decently long game.
Oh man.
And like looking at that, I would have guessed that you were at least playing for, 2 to 4 months. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Well, yeah, sure, but still, like you had to. Not the critical stuff. I still made critical mistakes that you had.
right.
To
Like I mean,
undo.
if you were playing by yourself,
Right.
yeah. I mean, it's with. Yeah, and I mean, I didn't help you every move, and you understood
Yeah,
the
that's
reason,
true. Okay.
the reason behind those moves. So, yeah, if you
Yeah.
apply those principles, I think,
Shit, dude. Go ahead. Can you do what were you saying?
yeah, I think that's gonna like, I think you today would probably crush yourself from like a week ago.